And we're now being joined by former cricketer Atul Vasan on the broadcast. Mr. Vasan, indeed a very good morning to you. And India are the world champions in women's cricket. How do you see this victory from a not so great start to the tournament to now becoming the world champions?
Well, as I was listening to Sunny Bhai saying that he felt 7 foot tall. I'm 6 foot 3 already, and I feel 8 foot tall because once you become a world champion, then everybody's a world champion. Of course, the girls got us this trophy, but we are part of this. We are invested. We got skin in the game. That is why it is sweeter. I'm from the fraternity. I'm a former cricketer, but even I think the man on the street. It is for the whole country, and I was just thinking about. I would rather everybody has said what has happened and all the girls who did what, but I feel that this is more like it's a macro trophy for India generally per se, because suddenly we feel that okay, we belong here, we deserve things, and this is the sign of resurgent India. Our girls are doing so well because they look at the confidence, look at the temperament. The game was always there with us, but the way we beat Australia, the way we feel that okay, we will not give up, and we deserve this. Earlier it used to happen that okay, we used to get overwhelmed. In 2017 it happened, 2021 it happened. We flattered to deceive, and we snatched literally defeat from the jaws of victory before. And we thought that maybe okay, this is where we lack the killer instinct. But the way we made Australia crumble, that showed that we had more gumption, more grit than even Australia. That team was invincible.
Absolutely, Mr. Vasan, we deserve this victory. But what, according to you, was the turning point in yesterday's match?
Yesterday's match, I think there was huge. It's very easy to get driven by, swept up by the euphoria. After beating Australia, everybody just felt that, okay, this is for us for taking. But it's never such in sport. You have to still go there, still go to do the job. And to reach that 298, you will not realize how not easy it is. Because, you could have easily thought, okay, we won, we chased 338. We will just, whenever there was a good spell, we'll just bludgeon through it. And then that's where the collapse happened. So the maturity, the way our team just kept at it. And in spite of losing the big wickets, Smriti played well. Everybody played little cameos. Shafali was another story altogether. We can come back to that. But Deepti and Richa, I mean, that is the partnership that took the game away. Because before that, we could have easily ended up at 250, 260. And you must know that chasing 250, 260 is a huge difference for chasing 298. That 30, 40 runs is not much. But in the context of the game, that is where you get wickets. That is where the pressure comes in. One good over and you're chasing 298, that makes you commit the error. So I think people in micros, if you understand cricket, and that was the turning point, are that partnership of Richa and Deepti.
All right, Mr. Vasan, do you think this victory is the watershed moment for women's cricket in India?
Well, just such a cliche, but I think the watershed moment was when BCCI took the women's cricket under the umbrella, and that is where this reward is coming, because the whole ecosystem which was afforded to men's, because that the money was coming in, and the whole support staff, the NCAs, the best physios, the best expertise in the world was given to the lady girls as well, and this is what happens when you do that.
Also, Mr. Wassan, this was not the first time when India reached the finals in women's cricket. We reached the finals in 2005, we reached the finals in 2017, but had to face a heartbreak. But this time, finally, the dream was fulfilled. What do you think was different this time?
I told you, it was just how we feel, how we perceive, how we behave, how we live our lives in the world. India has got a place in the world history. You can call it the economic resurgence, how assured we feel in our lives. Early 2000s I've been doing cricket, the women's cricket for a long time. I did the Anjum Chopra's debut match. I did the debut match of Mithali Raj also. I did the commentary. So I know from there. So I've seen that whole graph, the whole timeline, and our body of work has grown steadily. And we have reached a point where we feel that we are as good as Australia or any team, And then and we are not desperate for so much for that game to get our nerves get on top of us. And then that used to happen because we used to feel if we don't win, then what am I going to do? Do I have a profession? No. Do I have a job? Do I have security? No. So that feeling used to make us commit the errors. But now he said, doesn't matter. This is because of the WPL, the IPL, and cricket is a profession. So I think this attitude, this confidence, you could see in the swagger, you could see in the body language.
Right, you were talking about Deepti Sharma. Stellar performance by Deepti Sharma in the match. She stood out as the most complete all-rounder in the team.
Yeah, she's been there for a long time. She's played more than 100 games, And this is, again, I said, the maturity of our cricket, whether it's men's cricket or women's cricket, the kind of assurance. And BCCI must be acknowledged for this, the way they handle the game, the way they have afforded every facility, whatever you need is there. Same as men's, because men's cricket is so big and women's cricket is not as big, but then you get the same kind of umbrella, the ecosystem you get. So I think Deepti is a reward of that. And, they've got jobs, they've got annual contracts, and you could see that Deepti and girls for hinterland, the small town girls. So they gravitate towards the big cities, and this is where it is. And Deepti is one of those stories.
All right, Mr. Atul Vasan, thank you for joining us on the broadcast.